And once again, we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School as we get you set for game number 2 of this 35th annual Prairie Farms Collinsville Holiday Basketball Classic. I am Todd Duke, Zach Roseman alongside, taking care of the camera work here today in this one. As game number 1 is in the books, Springfield Southeast taking care of Oakville in the opener of this tournament. 97-47, so Springfield Southeast will move on to the winner's side of things. And Oakville becomes the first participant on the consolation side of the bracket. So now we get you set for Edwardsville taking on Quincy. The Edwardsville Tigers come into this contest at 2-6 overall on the season. They are 0-4 in the Southwestern Conference. That puts them in 7th place. They are coached by Dustin Battis. He is in his first year. Edwardsville averaging 35.8 points per game while giving up 43 points per game. And in this tournament, this is the 13th year in the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic here in Collinsville. And Edwardsville is 22-15 in the previous 12 years. They have a couple of championships in this tournament under their belt. They captured their first one in 1992, and their last one when they had the likes of Mark Smith and A.J. Epinesa with them, when that happened in 2016. Consolation champs, they did that 2 times, and they have finished in 2nd place 1 time. That was the 1990 loss to Collinsville in the championship game at 68-59. For Quincy, they are 3-6 on the year and 1-2 in the Western Big Six Conference, and that puts them in 5th place. They are coached by Andy Douglas, and they average 56.7 points offensively to the Blue Devils while giving up 52.7 points defensively. Douglas is in his 4th year. He is 63-28. They captured their first regional championship last year when they went 23-5. First one under Douglas, that is. In this tournament, this is the 31st year that the Quincy Blue Devils have played in this tournament. They come in with a record of 74-33. Champions 4 times in this tournament. The first time back in 1989. They did it again in 1991, and then back-to-back years in 1996 and 97. They finished in 2nd place 5 times. They finished in 3rd place 4 times, 4th place once, and consolation champs a couple of times. So now you are all knowledgeable on the teams in game number 2, Edwardsville and Quincy. And we welcome those of you from the Edwardsville area and from the Quincy area to our coverage here of this 35th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, brought to you by Prairie Farms. Have you tried a Prairie Farms milk snack or delicious cream-filled chocolate cake bars? They are perfect for snacking on the go. Chocolate cake anytime, anywhere with Prairie Farms milk snacks. They have the milk built right inside. Available in their refrigerated section at local grocery and convenience stores. And if you would like more information on that or any other product offered by Prairie Farms, you can visit their website, prairiefarms.com. Your starting lineups between these two teams looks like this for the Quincy Blue Devils. They, of course, will be dressed all in blue. They are the road team here in this one. If you're following along with your bracket at home, all the teams listed first at the top of the bracket are the home teams. So Springfield Southeast was the home team in the first game. Edwardsville, the home team here in this game. So Quincy will be in their all blue uniforms, trimmed in a little white with numbers in white. Edwardsville will be in their white uniforms that have their numbers in orange and the word Tigers written across the fronts of their jerseys in orange as well. For Quincy, 5'11" junior Lucas Reese gets the start tonight. Jaden Smith, boy, we've talked about him a lot in basketball and in soccer. We've seen a lot of that kid over the last couple of years. Jaden Smith, the 5'10" senior, gets the start tonight, as does Jarrell Brock, the 6'1" senior, Jeremiah Talton, the 6'5" freshman, and Brady Rupert, the 6'1" sophomore. For Edwardsville, Malik Robinson, the 5'11" senior, followed by Nick Hemken, the 6'1" junior, Jalen Tuggle, the 6'1" senior, Brennan Weller, a sophomore who stands at 6'3", and A.J. Robertson, who is a senior that stands at 6'1". There are your starting lineups between Edwardsville and Quincy. We will take one final break, and we'll come back and bring you some basketball action between Quincy and Edwardsville. We'll do that next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff, like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 2nd year of operation on Main Street in uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back with you from Collinsville High School as we get you set for game number 2 on this day between Edwardsville and Quincy. One game already in the books. Springfield Southeast dispatching of Oakville. Almost got to that 100-point plateau, did the Spartans. 97-47 for the victory for last year's champions, the Springfield Southeast Spartans. Quincy Blue Devils are on the floor. Edwardsville Tigers are on the floor. They break huddle, and the two teams will meet at center court. Blue Devils in the blue. Tigers are in the white. We are just about ready to go. First game ended on time, and we are about 5 minutes late getting this one started, but we are underway at 10:35 a.m. Bringing the ball up for Quincy, it is Lucas Reese. Reese, the 5'11 junior, over onto the wing, now back out to the top of the key for Talton. Talton with a one-arm pass over to Brock. Brock gets the ball to Smith, and Jaden Smith dribbles and drives, almost lost the handle, into the corner to Talton. And now, just in front of the free throw line, a shot there by Brady Rupert, and we're off and running. Blue Devils with the early 2-0 lead. Tigers have the ball, and right in front of the scorer's bench, a little double-team trap against Malik Robinson will result in a foul against Jareel Brock, and Brock picks up the first foul of this contest. Here is Robinson inbounding. He does so to Tuggle. Tuggle gets it back to Brock, and then Tuggle gets it right back. Underhand shovel pass into the corner, and around the horn we go with it. Robertson, a pass that was intended for Tuggle, was picked off by Quincy, and then a little incidental contact down at the other end. Puts the ball back in the hands of the Tigers, and here is Malik Robinson off the glass, and he gets it to go in for 2 points. We are tied 2-2. There is a pass that was picked off the hands of Jaden Smith by A.J. Robertson, who gives to Tuggle. Tuggle drives, takes the shot. It's good. Guess I should get on my scorekeeping responsibilities here, huh? Here comes Rice. Oh, ball picked off, and Tuggle keeps his feet in bounds, brings it down, and just like that, Edwardsville is up 6-2, and just like that, Coach Andy Douglas wants to call a timeout for his team. Let us thank Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking can take care of all the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your heavy equipment where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online, chapmantruckingllc.net. Blue Devils trail quickly, 6-2 after getting the first 2 points. Edwardsville goes on a 6-0 run, and we're going to have a foul called against Jalen Tuggle for Edwardsville as he was shadowing Smith all the way down the court. Each team now has 1 foul. 6:36 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Lucas Reese. Reese gives the ball up. Oh, no look pass. I think they tried to find Smith, and they finally did, and Smith throws it into the hands of Malik Robinson. Robinson gets it back to Tuggle. Tuggle back out to the top of the key for Robertson. Robertson with a 3-point shot. That misses the mark, but the rebound falls right down into the hands of Brennan Weller, and the sophomore puts it back in for another 2 points, and Edwardsville quickly out front 8-2. Here is Smith. Bounce pass into the corner. 3-point shot hits the inside of the rim. No good. Tuggle with the rebound, but then he turns the ball over, and the Blue Devils take the shot, count the bucket for Jareel Brock, and Brock will head to the free throw line as well. Not doing a very good job. I figure I'd just leave you to it. Zach Roseman on the camera and the scoreboard. Second foul against Tuggle, so Tuggle has to come out of the game. And Grant Schaefer will come in to take his place at the free throw line. It is Jareel Brock. Brock hits it. There are the Tigers, and a 3-point shot misses the mark, and another foul coming up. This one's going to be against Quincy. And at the free throw line for Edwardsville, Matt Stopka. Stopka hits the first and now hits the second. Now the Blue Devils bring the ball up court. Here's Smith. Gets the ball inside and just outside the lane. 2 shots being put up there by Rupert. No good. Edwardsville with the rebound, and then the Tigers turn the ball over. So the Blue Devils bring the ball back up court. Here is Rice, who gets it over to Kreider, Adante Kreider into the game. Now over to Smith. He'll launch a 3-point shot. That one rattles and won't fall. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Here is Jackson Weller. Weller moves the ball up and gets it to Ethan Young. Young just outside the lane takes the shot. He's going to go up to the line for 2 as Jeremiah Talton will be guilty of a foul. That'll be the team's third, his first. 4:55 left to play here in this first quarter. 10-5 in favor of Edwardsville. And here is Ethan Young at the free throw line. Young misses on the first. We'll have this second game, and then we break for lunch. The next game between Rockford East and Decatur Eisenhower, scheduled to get underway at 1 o'clock. This game should end right around the noon time. Here is Kreider, and Kreider gets it over onto the far side wing in front of the scorer's table for Rice. Now back over to Kreider, now into the corner for Rupert. Rupert has the ball come right back to him, but it ends up behind him and into the Edwardsville bench. Another turnover for the Blue Devils. Edwardsville will get the ball back with the Tigers up 11-5. 4:35 left to play here in this first quarter. Edwardsville drives with it, and a shot from about 8 feet out rolls right around the rim from Carson Phillips. Here are the Blue Devils with the rebound. Smith drives the lane, takes an acrobatic off-balance shot, doesn't hit the mark. The rebound, trying to put it back up and in, is Smith Palmer. And the whistle blows for a foul on the second attempt, so to the free throw line will be Zarius Smith Palmer, as Edwardsville looks like they want to make a 5-for-5 player change on this first shot by Palmer. This is what you call a wholesale line change in hockey. Smith Palmer hits, and 5 players go off. 5 players come on for Edwardsville. Nick Himkin back into the game, as well as Tuggle. Malik Robinson as well. A.J. Robertson. Got a Robertson and a Robinson. Here is Smith Palmer. He hits both of his at the free throw line. 11-7. Tigers with the lead, and almost a thrown away ball, and now it does end up being a thrown away ball as Tuggle came down onto the floor before he got rid of that ball. So the Tigers turn the ball over. Blue Devils with a chance to get within 1 if they can hit a three-pointer here. Here is Rice. He throws the ball away. Quick exchange of turnovers here between these two teams, and now Tuggle will inbound. Near sideline. He does so to Robinson. Robinson pulls up just short of the timeline, turns around and gives it up to Robertson. Robertson, he's double teamed in the corner, trying to get out of it, has the ball snatched right out of his hands by Dante Kreider. Kreider comes up with it for the Blue Devils and then gives top of the key. Now over on the far side wing for Smith. Smith at the free throw line takes a shot, has a high arc on it, falls off to the left-hand side. Rebound belongs to Robinson for Edwardsville. Loose ball underneath of the Edwardsville basket. Jump ball going to be called. Or is there? Yes, it is. Possession arrow stays right where it is. 3:27 left to play here in this first quarter. 11-7 in favor of Edwardsville. Inbound pass comes in all the way back out front toward the top of the key for Himkin. He puts it into the corner. Three-point shot misses the mark for Malik Robinson. And the rebound belongs to the Blue Devils. Blue Devils bring it back up. Here is Reese. Reese hands the ball off to Smith Palmer. Palmer backs it up and gives it to Kreider. Kreider at the top of the key. Gives it to Reese. Bounce pass back to Kreider. Kreider, he has it on the right wing. Bounces it inside the perimeter for Smith Palmer. He backs his way in and backed his way in so much they called it a charge. .255 left to play here in this first quarter. Blue Devils with their 4th team foul, first for Zariah Smith Palmer. Again, just short of the timeline. Edwardsville finally gets it in. Here's Tuggle in the paint, takes a shot, good for 2. Edwardsville climbing back into this game after a 6-0 run by the Blue Devils, and now a travel by Quincy. We'll give the ball back to Edwardsville. Peyton Nicholson checks into the game for the Blue Devils. There are the Tigers. They bring the ball up court. It is Malik Robinson. Robinson. Sling pass, little sidearm sling pass. Hits its mark, and now into the corner. Here is Malik Robinson. Drives baseline, no good on the shot, but he's going to go to the free throw line. I believe this foul is going to go against Brady Rupert. It will, and Rupert will pick up his first. Team's 5th, and again, Edwardsville is going to make a 5-for-5 player change here. Malik Robinson to the free throw line. Good on the first one. That makes it 14-7. More Tigers onto the floor. Jack Naziger comes onto the floor, as does Carson Phillips. Next shot is good, and it's a 15-7 score. Tigers have the lead. 2:18 left to play here in this opening quarter. More and more people filing into this gym in this first morning session. Here is Smith. Kreider in front of the Tigers bench, cuts across the perimeter and takes a shot. Count it. No. Yes. So Dante Kreider picks up 2 with a chance to pick up 3 on the second foul by Grant Schaefer. Schaefer now has 2 for Edwardsville. As the team, they have 4. And that one just does everything but fall in for Kreider. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. All the way up here in the corner, it goes to Phillips. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound. Head in the other direction. We're going to have a foul called on Nafzinger for Edwardsville. That'll be his first. Each team now with 5. Under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Inbound pass comes into Jaden Smith. Quincy moves the ball up. Smith pulls up just short of the free throw line. Takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound for the Blue Devils. Here's Smith once again at the top of the key. Gets it over to Kreider. Kreider on the wing, and a pass that was intended for Smith-Palmer, and that one ends up on the floor, and we're going to have a jump ball called as the possession arrow will be in favor of the Blue Devils, so they'll keep the ball as they trail by 6 here in this first quarter. We have 95 seconds left to play. Opening quarter, game number 2. Game number 1 in the books. Springfield Southeast defeats Oakville 97-47. Blue Devils, Smith. Jaden Smith dribbles and drives, and a foul called against Edwardsville. Will be their 6th. This one is going to go against Ethan Young. And the inbound pass will come in to Smith-Palmer, and that shot rolls across the rim, and a loose rebound all the way out to the near side sideline. Kreider picked it up and then kicked it, and now another ball on the ground. This time it's picked up by Ethan Young. Young works his way up to the free throw line, gives it up into the corner, 3-point shot. That one's good for Jackson Weller. That makes it 18-9 as we approach the final 60 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Here's Jaden Smith, and a foul going to be called against Ethan Young. I believe Young wanted the foul called against Smith, as Smith apparently threw that left arm up and hit Young in the face. Second foul for Young, 7th foul for Edwardsville. And again, wholesale player changes taking place for Coach Battis and his Edwardsville Tigers. Jaden Smith, the 5'10 senior, at the free throw line. Smith, good on the first. He gets the bonus. Next one from Smith, also good. Devils are back to within 7. 55 seconds to play, first quarter. Edwardsville trying to work it up across the timeline. They do so with a series of passes. It ends up with Hempkin, and Hempkin keeps it in the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound, tipped all around, and ends up with the Tigers. Here is Malik Robinson. Robinson dribbles his way over onto the left wing, gives it up for Robertson. He drives baseline under the basket, takes an off-balance shot, can't get it to fall. Loose ball on the ground, and we're going to have another jump ball called, and the possession arrow in favor of the Tigers, so it'll stay where it is with 27.2 left to play here in this first quarter. Inbound pass comes underneath of the Tigers' basket. It comes from Malik Robinson to Robertson, and now Jackson Weller. Weller back to Robertson. Out front to the top of the key we go to Malik Robinson. The 5'11 senior Robinson, with 15 seconds left, surveys things. 10 seconds left. Robinson dribbles his way over onto the right wing, and a pass that got lucky and found the hands of A.J. Robertson, but the ensuing shot does not go very far. And we are going to arrive at the second quarter with the score 18-11 in favor of the Edwardsville Tigers. Back with quarter number 2 in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, weshipstlouis.com, or call 346-4884.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman along with you as we have reached the second quarter here in game number 2 between Edwardsville and Quincy. Tigers have the early lead, 18-11. Quincy with the ball as we begin the second half of play here. Here is Lucas Race. Brings the ball up, gets it to Palmer, or Smith Palmer. I'm trying to say his name backwards all the time, aren't I? Into the corner it goes, and that is Talton. Talton comes out of the corner and brings it around to the slot for Reese. Now back out to Smith Palmer. Back out front we go. Jaden Smith getting a break here as we begin the second quarter of play. Pulling it back out. Nice moves. Three-point shot, Adonde Kreider. And Kreider, a couple of nice little moves there. In, then back out, then takes the three, and Quincy has gotten themselves back to within 4 as we have another whistle on the play. Foul against Jeremiah Talton. Tigers with 7 fouls, Blue Devils with 6, Tigers with the ball. An inside no-look pass to Weller, and that's tipped back outside. Edwardsville will keep it. And the inbound pass comes back in for Edwardsville to Malik Robinson. A baseline pass, and they have to get that out of there. All kinds of Blue Devils down there on the baseline. Shot taken, falls a little bit short. And there is Quincy with the rebound. Ball up into the hands of Kreider. And now a three-point shot coming and made by Quincy's Peyton Nicholson. And all of a sudden the Blue Devils are to within 1. Here is Tuggle with a no-look pass to Robertson. His three-point answer falls a little short, and the rebound belongs to Lucas Reese. Blue Devils have a chance to take the lead back, a lead they have not had since it was 2-0. Edwardsville rattled off the next 6 points, and the Tigers have been in the lead ever since then. Here is Nicholson, who just hit the three-pointer, dumps it off in the corner. Ooh, that one rattles and will not fall for Rupert, and the rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Tigers bring the ball up. Here is Robinson. Malik Robinson tries to penetrate, but that avenue is blocked off by the Blue Devils. And back out to the top of the key, it is Weller. Into the corner for Robertson, and Weller gets the no-look pass back from Robertson, and Weller banks it off the glass for 2. And the Tigers back out to a 3-point lead. 2 minutes gone here in this second quarter. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Kreider. Bounces a pass inside the perimeter, and then Kreider gets it right back, launches a 3. That one skips across the rim, and the rebound belongs to Weller for Edwardsville. Brennan Weller, the sophomore, brings it up. Now to Robertson, to Robinson. 3-point shot for Malik, and that one's good. 23-17. Tigers extend their lead back out to 6. And we're going to have a reach from behind foul called on A.J. Robertson. Robertson picks up his first, team 8th. And that'll put Lucas Reese at the line. Reese, first shot good. 5'11" junior Lucas Reese ready with his next. That one's through as well. And the Blue Devils have climbed back to within 4. Here is Weller. Weller gets it over to Robinson, who puts it in the corner to Tuggle. Back out to Robinson on the right wing in front of the scorer's bench, just at the end of the Blue Devils bench. Malik Robinson picks up his dribble, gives it up to Robertson. Robertson bounces a pass inside and just outside the lane. Hemken takes a shot. He can't get it to fall, so he will head to the free throw line, while Coach Battis is going to make a 5-for-5 trade of players once again. The first 4 will be after this first shot here by Nick Hemken, and then Hemken will be replaced after his final shot. First shot, good. Second shot for Hemken coming up. Next one for Hemken misses the mark, and the rebound falls into the hands of Kreider. Dante gives it up now for Reese. Reese brings it up across the timeline. Back over to Kreider. Back to Jaden Smith, who's back into the game. Into the corner. Reese, three-point shot, skips across the far side of the rim. Right down into the hands of the Tigers. They bring the ball up quickly. Here is Phillips, who gets it to Hemken, and Hemken off the glass for 2 more. 26-19. 7-point lead for the Tigers. Here is Kreider, who gets sandwiched. And a blocking foul is going to be called against Grant Schaefer for Edwardsville. And to the free throw line, it will be Dante Kreider. Kreider gets his first point of this game. Schaefer picks up his 3rd foul already for Edwardsville. Kreider hits his 2nd point. 26-21. 5-point lead for Edwardsville. 4.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Almost a steal there by Smith. Instead, Edwardsville keeps it. Here's a shot from the corner, a 3-pointer by Robinson. Or excuse me, that was Jackson Weller. That misses the mark. Rebound belongs to the Blue Devils, and Jaden Smith out to the top of the key, dribbles and drives, kicks it back out. Kreider, 3-point shot. That one sloops right out of that rim, and the rebound put back up. Still can't get it to fall off of the hands Brady Rupert. Foul, though, will send Rupert to the line. Foul belongs to Malik Robinson. Or, excuse me, that's going to go against Ethan Young. That'll be his 3rd. 10 fouls here for Edwardsville in this first half. Jarrell Brock, checks back into the game for Quincy at the free throw line. Rupert brings his team to within 4 after that one. 4 minutes left to play in this second quarter. Here's a 3-point shot all the way from the corner by Carson Phillips for Edwardsville. And just like that, the lead is back out to 7. No look pass underneath, and nobody there. And the rebound falls back into the hands of Rupert. He puts it back up, but a whistle stops any further action from taking place. A little elbow call coming up against Matt Stopka. That'll be his first, and double bonus time for the Blue Devils for the rest of this second quarter. Let's thank Prairie Farms. They're the ones in charge of this whole fun tournament here. It's baking and holiday dip season. Didn't you know that? Have you tried Prairie Farms' new 8-ounce original cream cheese bricks? Their delicious, best-in-class cream cheese is made with real milk and cream, contains no preservative. Prairie Farms' original cream cheese now available in the refrigerated section at area grocery stores. And Prairie Farms chocolate milk provides the perfect combination of muscle fueling, protein, and other key nutrients that basketball athletes need to be their best. You can learn more at builtwithchocolatemilk.com. And, of course, all that and more at the Prairie Farms website, which is prairiefarms.com. Rupert back up at the free throw line. His team trailing by 7, and it continues to be 7 as the rebound is accidentally knocked out of bounds down there by Adante Kreider. And Edwardsville with the ball. 3:40 left to play here in this first half. 29-22, Edwardsville with the lead. As the Tigers bring up the ball across the timeline, here is Nafziger. He gets the ball out to Robinson. Robinson over here to this side on the wing for Weller. Back to Robinson. And a bounce pass into the paint. That one is picked off by Brock, and the Blue Devils move the ball back up. Here is Reese with a no-look pass, and underneath the basket was Brady Rupert to accept that pass and puts it off the glass for 2. And the Blue Devils are back to within 5, putting on some pressure in the front court is Quincy. Here's Malik Robinson. Robinson stands with the ball for a moment, gives it up, now all the way into the corner, and back out it comes. Back out to Robinson, top of the key, three-point shot. That one's good. Big three-point shot there for Malik Robinson in Edwardsville. It extends that lead now out to 8 points, 32-24. And another turnover will give Edwardsville a chance to, nope, not anymore. One good turnover deserves another. Here is Brock. He'll bring it all the way down and put it in for 2. 32-26, 2:20 left to play here in this first half. Here are the Tigers with the ball and the lead. Robinson has the ball and directs traffic. Tells Jackson Weller to move into the corner. Wide open shot falls a little short off of the hand of Carson Phillips. A putback effort, no good. Second one, no good, but eventually Nafziger will head to the free throw line here for Edwardsville. Brady Rupert guilty of foul number 2. Foul number 8 for the Blue Devils. And to the free throw line, Jack Nafziger. Nafziger, first shot, good. 33-26. 3 more players coming on now for Edwardsville. 3 more to the bench. 1 more coming as Tuggle awaits his re-entry into the game. Nafziger back at the free throw line, hits both of his shots. And a whistle will slow things down for a minute. Anyway, inbound pass comes in. Blue Devils take it up. Here is Lucas Reese. 1:50 left to play here in this first half. Back over to Reese. Reese on the left wing. A little lob pass underneath that was intended for Brock. That was picked off by Hemken. And now Edwardsville works the ball back up, and a nice save over there by A.J. Robertson before that ball ended up out of bounds. Here is Malik Robinson with 90 seconds to play here in this first half. Tigers have a 34-26 advantage over the Blue Devils as Jaden Smith kicks that ball out of bounds. Tuggle will inbound for Edwardsville. Does so to Robinson. Robinson. Back to Tuggle. Back to Robinson. He'll launch a three-point shot. That one's good. 37-26, Edwardsville. 70 seconds to play here in this first half. Here is Kreider, who throws the ball away. after putting on some nice moves in the paint. Baseball pass down the court, picked off by Smith. So an exchange of turnovers. Brock, no look underneath. Kreider off the glass for two. 37-28. Here's Tuggle. Tuggle banks it off of one of the Blue Devils players down underneath of the basket. That'll stop the clock with 47.5 to play here in this first half. They'll empty the gym at the conclusion of this game, and we'll all take a lunch break. And then we'll come back for a 1 p.m. tip-off between Rockford East and Decatur Eisenhower. Here's Robinson at the midcourt where the purple Indian head is, representing the Collinsville Kahawk mascot. Now Tuggle as we approach 20 seconds to play here in this first half. 15 seconds. Tuggle gives the ball to Robinson. Robinson back at midcourt. Bounces it. Tuggle ends up with it. Now to Robertson. A no-look pass for Weller underneath. Good for two. As the Blue Devils will not have enough time to try to answer that at the buzzer. 39-28 in favor of Edwardsville after 1/2 of play. We will take a break. We'll come back and have some first half stats to pass along to you. We'll do that here in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Cullup Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullup Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullup Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullup Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullup Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullupjennings.com. All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200.
Welcome you back inside the gymnasium here, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke alongside Zach Roseman. We're glad that you're with us. Game number 2 has reached halftime, and the leading scorer in this one so far is Malik Robinson for Edwardsville. He has 13 points, 6 points apiece for his teammates Jalen Tuggle and Brennan Weller. And then after that, 3 points apiece for Carson Phillips and Jackson Weller, 2 points each for Matt Stopka and Jack Nafziger, and then 1 point for Ethan Young. For Quincy, they are being led in points by Dante Kreider's 9. I thought he had more than just that one. 5 points apiece for Brady Rupert and Jareel Brock, 3 points for Peyton Nicholson, and then 2 points each for Zarius Smith-Palmer, as well as Jaden Smith and Lucas Reese. From the free throw line, Quincy is 10 of 14, while Edwardsville is 8 of 10. From beyond the three-point stripe, Quincy has hit 2 of 8, while the Tigers have hit 5 of 13. And the rebound battle being won by Edwardsville, 16 to 15. Turnovers, Quincy's been victimized by 12 of those turnovers, while Edwardsville has turned the ball over 8 times. That's a look at your first half stats. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll have second half action for you here in just a couple of minutes on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
And once again, we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Todd Duke is my name. Zach Roseman has been on the camera for the first 1.5 games that we've brought you so far. He'll be here for most, if not all, of this tournament helping us out. We appreciate his help. As we are at halftime, 39-28 is our halftime score in favor of Edwardsville. We are just about ready to get started here with the third quarter. Edwardsville will get the ball first. Tuggle will bring it in, and he'll do so to Malik Robinson. Robinson brings the ball up on a bounce pass and then back over to Tuggle in front of his own bench. Robertson in the corner for three, no good. And the rebound belongs to Jaden Smith. Blue Devils led 2-0 to start the game off with. Edwardsville went on a 6-0 run and have not trailed since. Blue Devils did get it back to within 2 late in that third quarter, but then Edwardsville went on another run, and here's where we stand. 11-point lead. Here's a 3-point shot for the Blue Devils. That misses the mark. Each team's 0 for 1 on the 3-point shot here as we open up play in the third quarter. Here is Robinson. Malik Robinson backs it up toward the midcourt stripe. 45 seconds gone here in quarter number 3. Robinson, pass into the lane. Hempkin off the glass for 2. And Edwardsville, 41-28. Here's Smith. Jaden Smith for the Blue Devils. Over on the far side wing for Rupert. Rupert, a bounce pass back to Smith. Smith got to that ball just before Robertson did for Edwardsville to make sure that wasn't a turnover. Now back over here to this side for Reese. Reese on the left wing into the left corner. Smith, no-look pass into the lane for Brock. Back outside it goes for Rupert. His shot falls a little bit short and unable to collect the rebound before falling out of bounds was Malik Robinson for Edwardsville. That stops the clock with 6:34 left to play here in this third quarter. Inbound pass comes into Reese. Reese back over into the corner for Rupert. Now back over here for Reese. Reese dribbles onto the left wing. Top of the key with a pass now for Rupert. Rupert. He gives it right back to Reese. A 5'11 junior trying to get around Tuggle. Instead gives it to Brock. Brock dribbles and drives, shoots, and can't get it to fall. Quincy looking for their first points here in this third quarter. There's a picked off pass. Jaden Smith brings it back up. He'll take it himself off the glass for 2. And Quincy finally gets on the board here in this second half. 41-30, still an 11-point lead for the Tigers. And Hempkin takes it, can't get it to go in, gets his own rebound. Now it falls to the floor. Here is Jaden Smith, who finds a wide open Brady Rupert. And Rupert gets his team just a little bit closer. Back to a single-digit lead. 9 points for Edwardsville. Here is Robinson. He tries a one-arm sling pass over to Alexander, excuse me. And now a timeout called on the floor by Quincy. Let's go ahead and thank the City of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on any upcoming events going on inside this great city of ours. As always, the City of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season. And if you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one here in the Collinsville area, you can trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance with all of your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they will donate $200 to your favorite Kahawk Booster Club. You can call Peyton or Emily Blaylock today, 780-4622, or you can visit them online, www.blaylockteam.com. 5:29 left to play here in this third quarter. Game number 2, first game of the tournament, belonged to Springfield Southeast. 97-47 win over Oakville. We are in game number 2 between Edwardsville and Quincy. We'll take a lunch break. And then a 1 o'clock tip-off scheduled between Rockford East and Decatur Eisenhower. It'll be the E-Rabs versus the Panthers. Tuggle and Robinson will play catch in the backcourt. They'll bring it up to the front court. Here is Robinson. Robinson dribbles his way to the top of the key. Gives it back to Tuggle. Over on the far side wing, Ethan Scott, or excuse me, wrong team. That is Brennan Weller. And Edwardsville extends their lead back to 11, 43-32. Here is Reese. Lucas Reese. Back out front. We go for Talton. Hand off to Kreider. Back to Reese. Reese has it on the left wing. Backs his way out with 4:45 to play here in this third quarter. 43-32, Edwardsville with the 11-point lead. That was the advantage after one half of play. Blue Devils controlling the ball a lot, but not having a lot of points to show for it, and that one hits the inside of the rim. Off of the shot by Reese and comes back down for Edwardsville, but then Edwardsville turns the ball back over. 5 in, 5 out for Edwardsville once again. .426 to play here in this third quarter. Here is Reese. Reese, top of the key for Jaden Smith. Smith, a little bit of a no-look pass there to Talton. Talton takes a shot. It falls short. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Tigers bring it up. Here is Ethan Young. In and out of the hands, and a nice save there by Carson Phillips for Edwardsville, but he shoves it right into the hands of Jaden Smith. Smith for Kreider. Three-point shot. That one falls in. Boy, the Blue Devils needed that. Back to an 8-point game now. 3:50 left to play here in this third quarter. Edwardsville works the ball up court. With it, Grant Schaefer. Schaefer back out for Jackson Weller. Weller will give it up now for Ethan Young. Young right in front of the Edwardsville bench to Carson Phillips. Back out to Young. And then over here and into the corner we go for Grant Schaefer. And underneath, a nice bounce pass, but unable to finish up was Matt Stopka. And the Blue Devils end up with the loose rock and another chance to dent that lead. A three-point shot that was partially blocked off of the hands of Lucas Reese. Falls right down into the hands of Jareel Brock, and Brock makes it count. 43-37, 6-point lead for Edwardsville. Here is Young. Shovels a pass over into the corner for Schaefer. Schaefer with a left-hand dribble. Has that ball kicked out of bounds by Jaden Smith. Smith, if you remember correctly, plays soccer. He's kicked that ball out of bounds like 3 times in this game. Little soccer skills mixed with his basketball skills. It's no foul, so he's not hurting anything. Just stops the clock. Ball out of bounds. Comes right back into the Tigers. Here is Young. And a three-point shot on the way. That one's a little too strong from Grant Schaefer. Rebound pulled down by the Blue Devils. Here comes Quincy. They have a chance to dent this lead even farther now. To Brock, to Smith. He bluffs the three, picks it back up, gives to Reese. Reese from the free throw line, pulls up just outside the lane, tries to pass it down to Brock while he was in midair, but that ball was picked off by Edwardsville. Here come the Tigers. Ethan Young. 2:25 to play here in this third quarter. Edwardsville. Schaefer bluffs the three again, gives it out to Young. Young back at the slot between the top of the key and the midcourt circle. Brings it over onto the left wing in front of his bench. Gets it back from Schaefer. Does Young, excuse me. Young to Stopka. That is Nafziger, excuse me. Shot doesn't go. Rebound belongs to Quincy. And underneath the basket, off the glass, no good for Jeremiah Talton, but the 6'5" freshman will head to the free throw line as Coach Battis wants to make another 5-for-5 player trade-off here after this first shot by Jeremiah Talton. Talton, his first trip to the free throw line. First one's good. Back to within 5 are the Blue Devils. 1:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Talton, shot number 2, also good. 43-39. 2-possession game now for the Blue Devils. Here come the Tigers trying to extend that lead. Here is Tuggle. Tuggle with a bounce pass right at the midcourt stripe to Robinson. Robinson back over to Tuggle. They'll play catch for a minute, and then Robinson will end up with it top of the key, works his way to the right wing, where he bounces a pass in for Robertson. Underneath the basket, off the glass. Good for 2 for Brennan Weller for Edwardsville with 1:15 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Jaden Smith. Nice moves, bluffs the pass in midair, takes it to the basket. 4-point lead once again for the Tigers. 1:05 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Tuggle. A pass to the streaking and basket getting Brennan Weller. And Weller with a chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play. Clean played third quarter, each team with just 1 foul. 1:01 left here in this third quarter, and here is Brennan Weller at the free throw line. Brennan Weller, his first trip to the free throw line as well. Trying to turn this 6-point Edwardsville lead into a 7-point lead. It was just down to 4 a minute ago. Good. And now the Blue Devils trail by 7 with under a minute to go here in the third. Here is Reese. Reese from the left wing. A pass for Smith Palmer, almost eluded him, but Blue Devils do retain possession. Here is Reese at the free throw line, gives to Jaden Smith. Smith with 40 seconds left in the third. Makes his move in the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville, and Nick Hempkin gives it up to Malik Robinson. Robinson settles down over on the left wing, and Edwardsville wants to play for the final shot here in this third quarter. Bounce pass to Robertson. Robertson gives it right back to Robinson. 15 seconds left. Robinson. And stepped across the line, did Robinson. Backcourt violation will put the ball back into the hands of the Blue Devils with 7.7 seconds left to play here in this third. Right at midcourt. Inbound pass will come in from Peyton Nicholson for the Blue Devils. Into the backcourt for Reese. Not a lot of time left. Reese needs to move it up a little bit. 3 seconds left. Top of the key, off balance. Here comes a shot at the buzzer, and it's a little bit too strong. Off of the hands of Peyton Nicholson. We will head to the fourth quarter. 48-41 in favor of Edwardsville. Blue Devils with a chance to get a little closer. Couldn't get any closer than 4 points. They'll try it again in the next quarter in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman along with you. Game number 2 of this Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic, the 35th year for this particular basketball tournament here at Collinsville High School. And after a 97-47 whitewashing in Game 1, as the Spartans of Springfield Southeast took care of the Tigers from Oakville, we have a good one here in Game number 2. 7 points is all that separates Quincy from Edwardsville. We're underway in the fourth quarter. Blue Devils, who trail by 7, they bring the ball up. Here is Reese. He gets it into the hands of his teammate. Now Brock with it. No look pass underneath. That was a pass intended back to Reese, but it was picked off there by Edwardsville, and the Tigers with a chance to extend their lead. Over on the far side wing, that's Robertson. Robertson gives it back to Robinson. Robinson dribbles his way into the slot, being watched every step of the way by Jaden Smith. Picked up his dribble, back to Robertson. Robertson will be fouled over there by Zarius Smith-Palmer. And that'll be just the second foul for the Blue Devils in this first half. Matter of fact, both the Tigers and the Blue Devils only committed one foul in that third quarter. Edwardsville inbounds the ball to Robertson. Robertson in the corner. One dribble, gives it to Tuggle. Tuggle on the left wing in front of his own bench. Dribbles, reverses direction, picks up his dribble, and now he has to get rid of it. And a timeout called by Edwardsville. Let's thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering. They are locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Collinsville Kahawk alums, Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. They are located at 1231 Lebanon Road here in Collinsville. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. Give them a call at 618-345-5679 today for your free estimate, and visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. 7:09 left to play here in this fourth quarter, 48-41 in favor of Quincy, or excuse me, the Tigers of Edwardsville. Quincy, their only lead in this game came in the very first basket, 2-0. Edwardsville tied it up and then put a 4-0 run together after that to make it 6-2, and Edwardsville has not trailed since. Quincy has gotten to within 4, top of the key. Robertson, three-point shot off to the left-hand side, and it touched Hemken last. So the Blue Devils will get the ball back. Try to dent that 7-point lead. Here comes Reese, 5'11" junior. Brings it up over on the right wing. Now at the free throw line. Shot taken and made there by Smith-Palmer. And that gets the Blue Devils back to within 5. Here's Malik Robinson for Edwardsville. On the right wing, underneath the basket. Tuggle was left there all alone, but Brock blocked that one out off the backboard. Quincy comes up with it. Chance to get this back down to a one-possession game. No-look pass up underneath and kicked outside. And that ball is then picked off by Weller. Weller brings it up, and a little hook shot won't fall. Rebound is handled by Hemken, and he'll cover up and sit there with the ball. And Edwardsville will keep possession with 6:09 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Tuggle will inbound just at the end of the Edwardsville bench. Does so to Robinson. Robinson. Right-hand dribble into the perimeter. Bounce pass. Hemken, no good, says the referee. No good. There was a foul called before the shot was taken. Reese picks up his first foul, team's third. Just as that, right before that shot was going up. Inbound pass comes into Malik Robinson. He takes it out of the near side corner, brings it around, left wing. Now back out toward the midcourt. Big purple C. Makes his move in the paint, takes the shot. Does the bucket count or no? Basket is good. All right, so 50-43. Foul belongs to Jaden Smith. That's his first of the game. And one shot coming up for Malik Robinson. Robinson went 2 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line. And makes it 3 for 3. 51-43. Tigers extend their lead. 5:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Jaden Smith takes the pass from Peyton Nicholson, but then it bounces right off of his hands and out of bounds. And that's just what the Blue Devils did not need. A turnover. Malik Robinson dumps it across the timeline for Tuggle, who gives it up to Robertson. Robertson, one dribble, picks it up in front of his own bench and then double dribbles. So the Blue Devils with a chance to get some of that back after a turnover led to some points for Edwardsville. Inbound pass will come in from Brock right in front of the Edwardsville bench into the backcourt for Jaden Smith. Smith moves the ball up, gets it to Kreider. Kreider gives it up, and now with it, it is Brock. And Brock takes a shot, count it. And the foul as well. Foul is going to belong to Hempkin. That'll be his first. It's only the second team foul here for Edwardsville here in the second half. They had one in the third quarter. This is their first one here in this fourth quarter. Ethan Young checks back into the game now for A.J. Robertson for Edwardsville to the free throw line. It is Jareel Brock. Brock went 1 for 1 from the charity stripe in the first half and hits his only shot here in the second half. And that has got the Blue Devils back to within 5. Here is Malik Robinson. Robinson for the Tigers. Brings it around from the left wing. Picks up his dribble, being watched by Jaden Smith. Now gives it up to Ethan Young. Young surveys things from the left wing. Dribbles his way to the top of the key, where he then gives it up for Brennan Weller. Weller back to Hempkin. Hempkin at the top of the key. Picks up his dribble. He'll get rid of it and does so to Malik Robinson. Robinson being watched like a hawk there by Jaden Smith. Robinson trying to drive his way into the perimeter. He does so, and a whistle before the shot was blocked out by Dante Kreider, but Jaden Smith is going to pick up his second foul in a row. Team 5th for the Blue Devils. To the free throw line, Malik Robinson. And he misses the first one. I wasn't watching, I was looking down. Then I looked up at the scoreboard to see if that changed. It didn't. Now the second one goes in. 52-46. 6-point lead for Edwardsville. 4.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Here's Jaden Smith for the Blue Devils. Gives it up at the free throw line for Smith Palmer. Palmer picks up his dribble and then gives it to Brock, but Brock couldn't handle it. And the loose rock is picked up by Malik Robinson. And now I believe that a foul just got called against Alexander, the head coach for the Blue Devils. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. At any rate, I think it was just a warning. I think Coach Alexander was putting some words of wisdom into the referee's ear as he was trotting by, and the referee said, "I've had enough." Here is Malik Robinson for Edwardsville. Halfway through quarter number 4, a foul called against Jaden Smith. That's his third in a row. After having no fouls in the first half, he has 3 quick fouls here in this fourth quarter. 16 fouls now for the Blue Devils. And Tuggle will inbound into the backcourt for Robinson. Robinson brings it up across the timeline. Top of the key, looking for some room in the perimeter. Jaden Smith cuts all that off, as does Smith Palmer, and then Malik Robinson travels. So the Blue Devils with a chance to dent that 6-point lead. 3:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here's Jaden Smith. Gives it up for Kreider. Kreider had that ball tipped away and then knocked out of bounds by Edwardsville as Tuggle tried to go for it. Inbound pass coming in from Dante Kreider to Jaden Smith. Smith works it up across the midcourt stripe with 3:25 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Gives it back to Kreider, who gives it back to Smith. Smith dribbles his way over onto the left wing. Pass into the corner. three-point shot. That was good by Jeremiah Talton. Three-point shot will cause head coach Andy Douglas to call a timeout as Edwardsville has a 3-point lead with 3:12 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Well, the 35th annual Collinsville Holiday Classic brought to you by farmer-owned and locally produced Prairie Farms. Prairie Farms is the official sponsor of the Collinsville Holiday Classic. They're supplying all athletes here with chocolate milk after each game. Get on the road to recovery with delicious Prairie Farms chocolate milk. And for more information, you can, of course, visit their website at prairiefarms.com. 3:12 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 52-49, 3-point lead for Edwardsville. Edwardsville trailed 2-0 after the first basket of the game was made by the Blue Devils. Edwardsville tied it on the next one. Went on another 4-0 run to have a 6-2 lead, and the Tigers have never trailed since. Quincy's been close a couple of times. Now they are within 3, are the Blue Devils. And there's going to be another foul called against Jaden Smith. That'll be his 4th. All of them have come here in this fourth quarter. To the free throw line, Ethan Young. Young went 1 of 2 from the free throw stripe in that first half. Misses it. Rebound belongs to Kreider. Kreider for the Blue Devils. A chance to tie or get to within 1 for Quincy. Handoff goes to Smith. Now into the corner. Kreider, 3-point shot to tie, and it's good. Blue Devils have come all the way back and have tied this game at 52. 2:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter as the crowd starts to come alive. Here is Malik Robinson. Robinson for Edwardsville. One-arm sling pass picked off by Kreider. Kreider for the Blue Devils. Chance for Quincy in the lead. Oh, Jaden Smith with a 3-point shot that rims out. And that falls right down into the hands of Malik Robinson. He wanted it all back and wanted it all back at once, didn't he? Here is Robinson with a bounce pass over to Tuggle. Tuggle into the corner. That is Young. Young being pressured. Ball almost thrown away. Finds Malik Robinson's hands. Robinson on the left wing brings it back out to center court. 1:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 52-52 is our score. Robinson dribbles, drives, shoots, can't get it to go. Hempkin with the rebound. The putback won't go because Brock is going to get called for a foul. That'll be the 9th team foul, or excuse me, the 8th for the Blue Devils. It'll be the 3rd for Brock. And to the free throw line, it will be Nicholas Hempkin. Hempkin went 1 for 2 from that very spot in the first half and hits a big one there as the Tigers are now back up by 1. 53-52. 1:36 left on the clock. Nick Hempkin, the 6'1 junior, readies himself for his second shot. It's on the way and through. So Edwardsville back to a 2-point lead. Here is Lucas Reese for the Blue Devils, but that pass is picked off by Malik Robinson, and he takes it off the glass for 2. And just like that, the Tigers are back out front by 4. Minute 15 left. Here is Reese, takes the shot. Oh, can't get it to go, but the slam put back by Jeriel Brock. And a timeout taken on the floor by the Blue Devils. We will step aside here as well. 56-54, 2-point lead for the Tigers. Back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 2nd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back here with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 1:11 left on the clock here in this fourth quarter. And it's a 56-54 game, 2-point lead for Edwardsville. And this, obviously, by far has been the best of the first two games. The first one was a 50-point blowout. Springfield Southeast over Oakville. .111 left. Edwardsville's ball. Tuggle will inbound underneath of the Blue Devils basket. He'll do so to Malik Robinson, and now all Edwardsville wants to do is chew up the rest of the time. So look for a little Waldo ball here. Homage to Mike Waldo, the coach for Edwardsville over the last couple of decades before Battis takes over. This is his first year. Here's Malik Robinson. We're down to 50 seconds left, and a foul against Lucas Reese will make it 9 fouls for the Blue Devils. And to the free throw line, it'll be Malik Robinson. Jaden Smith checks back into the game for the Blue Devils with his 4 fouls, as does Jeremiah Talton, the 6'5" freshman, who's there for some rebounds just outside the lane. Here's Malik Robinson's first shot. It's good. 3-point game. Edwardsville with the lead. Devils hope for a miss so they can keep it a one-possession game. Robinson ready for his next, and that one misses. And there is Brock with the rebound as the Blue Devils come up court trailing by 3. Smith over to Reese, to Brock, back to Smith, back to Reese. Reese dribbles his way over to the right wing, now cuts into the lane, shot taken, rolls, can't get it to fall. Tuggle, he's there with the rebound for Edwardsville, and now Robinson, a couple of little stutter steps over there to get around a couple of defenders, and a pass, right win. A timeout was called by Coach Battis. And this one is going to be a full timeout as well, so we'll step aside here for about half of that timeout on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
.9 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. 57-54, 3-point lead. Belongs to the Edwardsville Tigers. Lunch break coming up, and after lunch, it'll be Rockford East taking on Decatur Eisenhower. The Panthers and the E-Rabs. Tigers ball right in front of the scorer's bench at midcourt. Tuggle will look to inbound for Edwardsville. And they do so into the backcourt for Brennan Weller. It's picked off. Here is Brock, and Brock is just kind of hung around the neck, man, by Malik Robinson. Got his arm around the neck of Brock, and that's a foul. And that's a personal foul. And Brock will stand at the free throw line to shoot 2 all by himself. Sometimes that can be a little daunting, being up there all by yourself. Brock went 1 for 1 in the first half from the line, hits that one. Brings his team to within 2. 17.5 seconds to play. And Quincy's going to get the ball back as well. Next shot, both good. Huge free throws there by Dante Kreider, excuse me. I'm calling him Brock the whole time, sorry. 1 point game, 17.5 seconds left. Quincy is going to take another timeout. Each team has 1 left. We'll keep it right here this time and thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club has been providing women in the Collinsville area an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. If you would like more information on any event they have coming up, you can check out the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page. Let's also thank the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website, collinsvillecea.org. Got a good one going here in game number 2. Edwardsville and Quincy. Quincy got off to a 2-0 lead when this game started. Edwardsville rattled off the next 6 points unanswered. And the Tigers have never trailed in this game. We did have a tie once a little while ago when it was 51 each. But here we are with a 1 point game. Quincy trailing by that 1 point, but the Blue Devils get the ball back. And they will inbound from underneath of their own basket. It'll be Reese. Reese bounces it in to Brock, and then a foul call. They're going to call it a foul or a jump ball. They're going to call it a jump ball. Possession arrow remains in favor of the Blue Devils. Wow. Didn't know what they were going to call there as Brock and Brennan Weller got locked up. 10.8 seconds left on the clock, and now it's going to be Jaden Smith to inbound. We're going to put some more time back on the clock. Referees now want to talk things over at the scorer's bench with our buddy Chris Kettler. Well, that's Andy Sellens down there. .5. They're going to put a couple of seconds back on. Now we're ready to go. Jaden Smith set to inbound. Smith. Well, they're going to call a foul on Hempkin away from the play as he was holding on to Brock just outside the lane. And Tigers have all kinds of fouls to give. And there should be 12.5 seconds left on the clock because the inbound pass didn't even come in. Now it does to Brock. Brock loses control of the ball, gives it to Reese, three-point shot. Oh, almost made it. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville, and the Tigers are going to go to the free throw line on a foul by the Blue Devils. Boy, I tell you what, Lucas Reese missed that three-point shot by about an inch. That's going to go against Dante Kreider to the free throw line. It is going to be Brennan Weller. Weller, with his team in a 1 point lead, takes the first shot and hits it. 2 point game. 3.6 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Weller takes a big old deep breath. The sophomore ready to go, and that one's through as well. So the Blue Devils need a 3-point shot to tie it up here, and Coach Andy Delgos is going to use his last timeout to see if he can draw up a plan to do just that. First game, Springfield Southeast wins in big-time fashion. over Oakville, 97-47. So we go from a 50-point win by one team down to a 3-point game here. Edwardsville with the lead with just 3.6 ticks left on the clock. We'll see what Coach Andy Douglas draws up here. And go from there. Next game coming up, Rockford East taking on Decatur Eisenhower. That'll be after the lunch break. And then a 2:30 game has East St. Louis taking on Altoff. And then we'll finish off the afternoon section with Decatur MacArthur taking on O'Fallon before we'll take a lunch break. And then we'll have Collinsville taking on Hansberry Prep out of Chicago. Lincoln taking on Madison at 8 o'clock. And then Belleville East taking on Granite City at 9:30. And we'll be back here tomorrow bright and early. 9 o'clock tip-off for the first game as well tomorrow. We'll be allowed to sleep in a little bit on Saturday as the first game of the day doesn't tip off until noon on championship day. All right, 3.6 seconds left. Blue Devils have some work to do. They have to get the ball down the court, and then they have to get a three-point shot. Pass comes in. Oh, man. I don't even know why you would do that. Jaden Smith collects the inbound pass, and then A.J. Robertson kind of gives him a slap to the face. Now, I know the Tigers have some fouls to give, but man, oh, man. So now the inbound pass will come at the end of the Tigers bench. And to Smith once again, weaves around traffic, bluffs, puts up a three at the buzzer, and it falls short. 59-56. Final score as Edwardsville advances and will take on Springfield Southeast tomorrow at 9 a.m. while the Blue Devils will fall to the consolation side of the bracket, and they'll take on Oakville tomorrow morning in the auxiliary gym at 9 a.m. Well, that's going to do it for the morning session games. We are on to a lunch break. And then after lunch, we will feature our next game, which is Rockford East versus Decatur Eisenhower. That tip-off is scheduled for 1 o'clock. So come back and see us at 1 o'clock, and we'll continue our coverage of the 35th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament here on the Kahoks Sports Network.